Brooklyn Independent Television.
It wasn't really consistent for the first 2 or 3 years. I would say I was struggling a little bit and also, having a crisis as to whether or not I wanted to continue doing illustration. It's kind of hard to know what the possibilities are for a career in illustration. I mean, I certainly didn't. So I was basically just taking it one step at a time and trying to go for the kind of work that was the most accessible, which happened to be editorial for me. Some of my regular editorial clients include the New York Times and Bloomberg and the New Yorker, so they're all local. At this point, I feel like the young Brooklyn artist experience doesn't really exist anymore unless you're independently wealthy. When I first got here, that's what I wanted to have and that's what I expected to have, but it's kind of unrealistic and it's a bit of a myth, I think. A lot of being here is worrying about finances and being stressed out, and if you're actually trying to make money off of your work, you have to consider the practical side of things. I definitely don't feel like I'm living this like bohemian life. I mean, maybe it's the line of work that I do, but it's definitely work. I wonder if I lived somewhere else, if I would be making an entirely different body of work. And I think probably the answer is yes. I think you're definitely influenced by your environment. Living in Brooklyn sort of cultivates a certain lifestyle, and that is definitely an energy that I bring to my work. I mean, it's gonna sound negative, but it makes me bored with my work a lot. But it just constantly makes me think about working with new subject matter and trying to find new and interesting things to incorporate into my work. If I could make a collage or a print or something digitally or even drawn by hand, I'm equally happy doing all those things. I guess I'm leaning a little more toward collage because it's still kind of new, so I'm very excited to explore it. Hopefully whatever I make, it looks like it's part of the same world and it's coming from me regardless of how I make it. I feel optimistic, which was not always how I felt at all. But I think that the kind of opportunities that I've been getting in the last year or so have definitely made me feel more secure about my career and the future of my career. A lot of these will be part of the landscape, but I'm just not quite sure how to arrange it yet. It's definitely important to not take anything for granted because, especially with freelance, work could totally dry up or it's pretty unpredictable. The biggest fear for me is just to have my work become stagnant and not improve and not grow, especially at such a young age. I feel like you should constantly be striving to evaluate your work in different ways and see how you can improve it and how you can get to the next level. There's definitely a lot more that I want to achieve. I haven't reached the success that I want to reach. I definitely do have fun and I love what I do, so I definitely consider myself very lucky to be in that position.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.